Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Do we have a roll call?
Commissioner Braun,
Here.
Commissioner Morning,
Here.
Commissioner Pearson,
Here.
Commissioner Offenreid, Mayor Marion. You do have a quorum present.
Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll just have a moment of silence for the safety and health of the residents of Rising Sun. Okay, there are no public presentations, and Calvin, we have resolutions. You want to take it?
Yeah, the one question that I have is this PowerPoint presentation ended up on the screen. Is that, are there any PowerPoint presentations?
No.
Okay. All right, the elected body, what you have in your packets is a couple of resolutions. The first resolution is what we've been talking about for the last couple of meetings now about moving forward with some paving in the town of Rising Sun. So if it's good for the elected body, I can read the resolution into the record.
Yes, please do that.
Okay. Town of Rising Sun Resolution 2019-14, a resolution accepting and awarding the engineer's recommendation for contract award for the 2019 paving projects and authorization to secure financing. Whereas the town, located in Cecil County, Maryland, is a municipality organized under the provisions of the Maryland Constitution and governed under the provisions of the local government article of the Annotated Code of Maryland. And whereas the town is proclaimed as a perpetual entity with the right to pass laws, and whereas pursuant to section C-17 of the town charter, the commissioners of Rising Sun may provide for the construction of sewers, grading, paving, and lighting the streets, sidewalks, and alleys of said town. And whereas pursuant to section C-17C2, the town is authorized and empowered to borrow in a manner prescribed in the laws of Maryland on its faith and credit for the construction and repair of sewage and water supply systems and construction and repair of streets, and to give evidence of such indebtedness by the issuance of promissory notes. And whereas as part of the town's annual efforts to repave and properly maintain the streets, sidewalks, and alleys of the town, the administration, along with the town engineer KCI Technologies, have identified the areas of Walnut Street between Main Street and Meadow Valley Drive, Louise Court and Valley View Drive, and Dawn Drive between Ryan Drive and Colonial Way as this year's targeted roads to be repaved and resurfaced. And whereas the town advertised for all interested paving contractors to bid on performing this requested repaving and resurfacing back in September, and received 5 sealed bids that were opened and reviewed on Thursday, October 10th, 2019. And whereas upon careful review of all bids and verification of properly submitted forms, materials, list, and quantities, KCI Technologies has provided a review letter attached hereto as Exhibit A and Exhibit B, and is further recommending that Advanced Pavement Group be awarded the contract to complete Project 2019-01, Louise Court, Valley View Drive, and Dawn Drive at a cost of $210,552, and Project 2019-02, Walnut Street, at a cost of $80,980 for a total cost of $291,532, and to also perform any other added areas based upon available funds and at the specified unit pricing provided in their proposal. And whereas the mayor and commissioners are authorizing the town administrator to secure 10-year loan financing from Howard Bank in order to cover these costs, plus preliminary planning, document preparation costs, and inspection and engineering services costs associated with the paving projects, not to exceed the $50,000 annual loan payments provided for in the approved and adopted 2019-2020 annual budget. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and commissioners of the town of Rising Sun wish to accept the KCI Technology recommendation for paving projects 2019-01 and 2019-02, and further authorize the town administrator to proceed with the financing as detailed above. Now, therefore, be it enacted and further resolved that the mayor and commissioners have passed, approved, and adopted this resolution on the 22nd day of October 2019.
I make a motion, we accept resolution 2019-14 as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been a motion made and seconded. Any discussion? None. And those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it's been,
The next resolution on the list is Resolution 2019-15, and this is a resolution to award a contract for water quality consulting, monitoring, testing, and oversight of the town's water system. And if the board is comfortable with that, I can read that into the minutes.
yes, please.
Okay. So we're gonna, for timing, we're gonna skip some of the boilerplate, the first two paragraphs, and we're gonna go to the third paragraph. Pursuant to section C-17, the commissioners of Rising Sun may provide for the construction of sewers, grading, paving, and lighting the streets, sidewalks, and alleys of said town. And whereas pursuant to section C-17B1, the town is authorized and empowered to construct and establish a water supply and sewage system to serve the town of Rising Sun and its environs, and are further hereby authorized and empowered to do all work necessary in the establishment, extension, alteration, modification, maintenance, and operation of said water supply and sewage system, including the appointment and fixing of compensation of and help that may be necessary in the operation of the same. And whereas the town recently completed its Chester Water Conversion Project, which includes various state and federal guidelines for ensuring water quality, that includes periodic testing and monitoring of water quality. And whereas although the town is meeting all minimum guidelines and requirements of testing and water quality, the mayor and commissioners wish to ensure the absolute best water quality and service that can be provided. And whereas the mayor and commissioners feel that the best way to achieve this goal is to expand upon the minimum testing requirements, create comprehensive monitoring protocols, and to develop procedures that put the town in a position of being proactive and not reactionary to the common issues related to managing and operating a water system. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and commissioners of the town of Rising Sun solicited pricing from established third-party agencies specialized in the field of water quality and testing, and upon review of various proposals have selected Infomark LLC to perform this work for the town of Rising Sun, and direct the town administrator to move forward with the execution of a contract upon final favorable review of the town attorney. Now therefore be it enacted and further resolved that the mayor and commissioners have passed, approved, and adopted this resolution on the 22nd day of October 2019.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we accept resolution 2019-15.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
The last resolution in the pack is Town of Rising Sun Resolution 2019-16, and this involves planning appointments to the town's planning commission. And if the board would like, I can read that into the record.
Please, thank you.
Again, skipping the boilerplates, the first two paragraphs, the third paragraph, whereas the Code of Ordinances of the town contains Chapter 2 titled Administration and Government, which establishes the general guidelines associated with the proper administration of affairs and business for the town of Rising Sun, Maryland, and in accordance with the town charter and other applicable federal and state laws. And whereas this chapter contains Article 2 titled Organization of Government, which establishes the various responsibilities of the mayor and commissioners, creation and structure of various staff positions, appointment, consultants, departments, and appointed boards that handle the day-to-day administration of the town government as set forth by the annotated Code of Maryland, Town Charter, and Town Code. And whereas this article contains Section 2-209 titled Creation and Administration of a Planning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals, which further establishes the creation of both a Planning Commission and a Board of Zoning Appeals, and further establishes their membership, terms of appointment, removal, vacancy, meetings, rules of conduct, and records. And whereas there are currently 3 vacancies on this 7-member board, and whereas Tom Hudson has stepped forward to volunteer to serve on this Planning Commission and to fill the vacancy of one of these positions, therefore the Mayor and Commissioners wish to appoint Tom Hudson to serve on the Planning Commission and to serve in this position until June 30th of 2023. Therefore, be it further resolved that the Mayor and Commissioners of the Town of Rising Sun pass, approved, and adopted this resolution on this 22nd day of October 2019.
Question? Are you sure his name is Tom?
Yes. That's what the email requesting him to be appointed was Tom Hudson.
Okay. Okay, anyone have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do we have,
Okay.
is a sign-in
Can you-
sheet up there?
Yes, it's right here. Stephen Norton, you wish to speak?
Commissioners, good to see you all this evening.
Please state your name and your address.
Thank you, Commissioner Pearson. My name is Stephen Naughton. I live on West Cherry Street in Rising Sun, and I am a resident of the town. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to because I don't want to be responsible for a spoiler alert. But I am still going to talk about the town's election process because I was here yesterday voting, and I heard some discussion around the fact that there is a talk about perhaps not having elections when people are running uncontested. One of the reasons given for this was the cost. I can think of very few things that are worth more to me as a member of this community and a resident of this town than my right to cast my vote. And it seems to me that the cost of the election once a year is already in the budget. There are some things that I value as highly as that, certainly, and one of them is our fine police department, the services they provide, and public works, things like this. But I think nothing moves above my desire to be able to cast my vote, even in an uncontested election. One of my biggest concerns is I know historically that we have had low voter turnout. And I think it might behoove us to think about the result of not having elections, not allowing people to come and cast their votes. We already have low voter turnout. If we simply cancel elections, does that give people sort of a pass to not really be involved at all? To just, let's say we have uncontested elections for a couple of years in a row, which could happen. It's a small community. The few people who do come out and vote might be even less inclined to vote when there is an election where more than one name is on the ballot. And the people we choose it's very important for the town to continue to elect good people. I just want to say also that the current board, as it sits right now, is doing tremendous work. I thank you for all that you do, and I'm glad the people we have are moving the town forward. But I just hope you'll bear in mind that I believe it's very important for me to be able to cast my vote, and I think it's very important for the town to hear the voters, whether it's contested or not. Thank you for letting me speak.
Well, thank you, sir, and thank you for sharing your opinions with us.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you have a report,
No, I have no
Calvin?
report.
Okay. The police?
No, ma'am, I have no report.
I have nothing today. Dave?
I mean, the only thing I have is we actually, well, like to welcome a few scouts that we have here tonight, and they're, I'm assuming, older brother to both of them. Okay. Their older brother is actually the latest Eagle Scout project in Veterans Park. He started actually this week in the mud. I had a nice dry summer, and so the day he had scheduled to start, it was, you know, right in between two rainstorms. So I don't know if it's just we're cursed or blessed. I'm not sure which, but nonetheless, we are starting on another boardwalk over a wet area. I guess the rain helps us figure out exactly where the wet area is, certainly. And once that's in place, it'll be easier to cross from the pavilion to the basketball court without getting your shoes wet. And it ties into the whole overall trail system in Veterans Park. So it's exciting. It's the last piece of anything to be built down there aside from just trails. So I think once this is in place, I don't think there's anything else other than effectively trail work to do. So stone and such. And that's my report. Thank you.
The only thing I have to remind everybody is Halloween is coming up. On that particular night, please be aware that there are going to be more children in the street. Drive safely so that we don't have any problems. And it is going to be on Halloween. That's the end of my report.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is the town election results.
Yes, as was discussed previously, the town elections were uncontested. However, Judy, we had how many voters came out?
20.
20 voters came out. Commissioner Pearson was reelected for another 4-year term, and Commissioner Braun was elected for another 4-year term. There's been a little bit of confusion in the community. The next town election will occur in 2021 because the elections, the terms of office were changed about 7 or 8 years ago to 4-year terms, and they're staggered so that there's an election every 2 years, not every year. So congratulations.
Okay, thank you. Okay, upcoming meetings. We have the Planning Commission meeting on November 4th at 6:30, a town meeting on November 12th at 7. Upcoming events, the Carol Sing, December 3 at 6 p.m., the town tree lighting, December 7 at 5 p.m., holiday upcoming, Veterans Day, November 11, and Thanksgiving, November 28. And town will be closed those 2 days.
Commissioner, just like to say one thing here. The town tree lighting, be listening for more things to come with that. It's not going to just be a simple tree lighting ceremony. The mayor has some things that he's got planning that should be really interesting, and it'd be the first time we've really tried some of it. So follow us for the next month or so, okay? Thank you.
history is anything to be said, then I would expect rain on December 3rd and 7th.
Yes. But I refuse to light a tree standing in the water anymore.
Okay, if there's nothing else, does someone want to make a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
I second it.
All in
And I-
favor?
Believe this may be the fastest we've ever done it. 21 minutes?
I think,
Well, those are 8 minutes.
yeah, as you say, we've had a couple of them shorter.
Oh.